Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I wanted to do a long video because I've been thinking about discernment, self discernment, that is. Self discernment. I think about how as a holistic self love coach, if you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Hunt. I'm a holistic self love coach who help women in their crown era, perimenopause, and up to have the best life ever because we are reinventing who we are and acknowledging the truth of our own selves and moving forward in that new truth of where we want to go, where we want to be, who we are, we becoming, and all that other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So self discernment. Um, discernment is a choice, right? I think of discernment, especially when it comes to intuition. Your intuition comes from the outside. Your intuition comes from your higher self, from God, from spirit, from your angels, from whomever that is for you, whoever that higher purpose, that higher voice is, because you know that you didn't create yourself. You know that you are part of the creator, whatever that creator is for you. You have the breath of life within you, and when you have a discernment, I mean, when you have your intuition, that's where it comes from. Universal intelligence, whatever. The discernment from your intuition is making the truth choice. The true choice, truth and true, what is for you. When I'm thinking about that, because discernment changes in an instant, in a moment. It depends on the situation. So I want to give a couple of examples, right? So when it comes to relationships, let's just talk about that. Any relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationships. It could be a person that you just met and you're listening to them and you're vibing and you're having great energy in the moment. However, when you leave the conversation and you go home, intuition whispers a little something, and you have to discern, is that true for you or not? So maybe your intuition says something like, mm, how do, give me something, spirit. That's not your friend. And so you have to figure out, is that true for you or is it not? So that be your, that's not your friend doesn't necessarily mean that that person could not be your friend or that they're your enemy. They could be your business partner, or they could be just a passing person in the moment of when we call friendships, or associates, I should say, an associates who will pass on the moment. But in your mind, in your ego, and all those things, you're like, oh, I love that person. That person is so cool. I want to be like that. I love their energy. Da 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 da. Right. And then your intuition has to come in and like tell you, slow down, hold up. That's not your friend. And you have to discern that truth. Are they my friend? Did they have a facade? Will I see them again? Will I not see them again? And that can be in a relationship. That could be in an interview process, right? You, in your interview process, you think you nailed it, you doing this, and then spirit will says that's not the job for you. And then you got to be like, but spirit, I really like those people. I really like that company. I really like this. But the truth is, in that moment, you have to discern, will you move forward with it, or will you listen to your intuition, into your within yourself, and say, let me rethink this, or let me process this in a different way, because your discernment is your truth, and how you feel and how you move and act after that choice is part of your manifestation. Also, when I think about self discernment, I think about the things that I tell myself. Is this true for me right now? Especially when we have intrusive thoughts, or wacky thoughts, as I as I say them sometimes. Just the emotional soup thoughts that just keeps piling and circling around the block, and you're like, you have to have discernment. Am I going to continue to believe this about what I'm thinking, or am I going to rewrite this script? Am I going to reframe it? Am I going to have it dissipate, or am I going to ignore it? We have to have that discernment of what actions are we going to take to free ourselves from clutter of the mind, just unnecessary BS. So self-discernment. It's very difficult for many women, especially when in their crown era, who are so used to listening to and obeying and being obedient to the masses of what we've been taught over the years, the conditioning of 20, 30 years of who we should be, why we should be that, and what that looks like. And I was listening to an interview with Betsy Johnson today, and it tickled me because she's wacky, she's brilliant, she's done fashion her way for years, and I've liked many of her stuff. A lot of her stuff is wild. I don't think I personally bought anything from Betsy Johnson. Every time I said I was going to buy something from her, I just I never did because I felt it was like too much for me. But recently I've been looking at her stuff and just really and how she really owns who she is, her authentic self. I personally love hearts. And when she has some things with hearts, I look at it and I'm like, oh, do I want that? Do I want that? But if it's not a complete burning desire, I let things go because I use my discernment. I'm not a hoarder, so I'm not gonna purchase things that doesn't give me a fire, that doesn't give me because I like to keep things a lot. And right now, I've been giving away a lot of jewelry because it no longer suits me and no longer fits my personality. Even though heart's still a part of my signature, um, they're just different types of how do I want to say it? It's just different types of style, I guess I should say. At one point I had like a bold style, and then I had a really petite style. And then at one point it was like I just wanted diamonds and rubies and stuff like that. And then I went into a stainless steel style or white metals. And now I'm more how do I want to say? I'm more classic. I want a lot of pieces that are not real bold, but classic looking and clean looking. So like even this chain, right? This little rope chain, it's a classic, and it's my little Hamza hand. But I digress. The discernment that I have for Bessie Johnson was I respect who she is and her authenticity and how she utilizes the discernment. And she was saying that when other people, this is the whole reason why I was talking about it, when other people tell you who to be and what to be, she says, you walk away from them. That's her discernment. She was like, I never wanted to fit in anybody's mold. And as soon as someone tried to tell me how my fashion should look, I knew not to talk to them, not to be around them, not to have them stifle what her intuitive nudges were. And I believe that that is paramount. I really do. So, self discernment. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to your higher self or someone else? Remember, for me, the self is your soul evolving life force. So when your soul is speaking and you have to make a truth this choice or a true choice. So there's two different things. You have a true choice, doesn't mean another choice is false, and then you have a truth choice, which comes from the heart. And the discernment, you're gonna have one or the other. And I recommend that you always have a truth choice versus a true choice. TRUTH choice versus a true choice. So your truth is what the choice I want you to have, be, collect, own, receive, have that reciprocity in the things that you give out, so the things that you can come back. Be be a be a builder of you. Be a builder of you with your discernment. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna go. It's I'm Coach Hunt. If you want any clarities about this, put it in the comments. subscribe, like, do all the things. I am on a mission to be monetized. My goal was to be monetized by the end of the month of June 2026. Today is the 24th. I have little over 200 subscribers. Come on, you guys, share this video. I need like 800 more subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe. I love you guys so much. I'm not going to quit on myself. My discernment is true to me. Truth to me. Truth to me. Bye.